covering news where you live. This is 5 News at 9.
Good evening, I'm Ellen Thalls. Before we get to the news and weather of the day, let's check in with our 5 News sports team with a look at today's big Razorback game in Louisiana. Heather.
Well, it's a battle for the Golden Boot. Last year, Arkansas brought it back. Can they do it again this year and upset the number 9 ranked team? LSU said they didn't play their best game against Alabama a week ago. So, that combined with revenge from last year's shutout is going to be on the Tigers' mind. Arkansas will start this one out with the ball on their drive. Alex Collins fumbles the ball on the 50-yard line and the Tigers recover. Arkansas defense showing up to play early on in this one, though. They hold LSU to 3 and out. Dominique Reed with a 52-yard touchdown to start. Alex Collins will add a huge 80-yarder. Tigers score with 24 seconds left in the first half to make it 21-7 going into the break. This one's still going on, 31-14 in the fourth. Hogs just scored again. 5 News Sports Director Bobby Swafford will have more on tonight's game live at 10 from Baton Rouge. Ellen.
All right, Heather, thanks. Plenty of sunshine today on this beautiful fall day. Are we going to see more of the same tomorrow? Here's Sean with a first look at the forecast.
Unfortunately, we won't, as we're going to continue to see that cloud cover already increasing tonight. More of that's in store, though, too, as we go through the rest of tomorrow morning. We could even see a stray shower or two with that as well. Overall high temperatures today topped out in the mid-60s in Fayetteville and Bentonville. We made it up closer to 70, though, in much of the River Valley. Current temperatures, though, are already starting to cool down pretty quickly. Despite the fact that we're seeing those cloudier skies, temperatures closer to 39 in Fayetteville and Tahlequah. Still in the 50s, though, in Fort Smith, close to that in Clarksville and Mena. The temperatures going to continue to remain right where they're at. The clouds going to increase and the rain chances will as well. We'll talk about when that may get here coming up in just a bit.
All right, Sean, thanks. A college student from California is among those killed in last night's terror attacks in Paris. The death toll has climbed to 129 people, with more than 350 others injured. 99 of those are in critical condition. Kenneth Craig reports from Paris.
Across Paris, mourners lit candles and comforted each other at memorials one day after their city was terrorized.
We feel lucky a little, but really sad for our friends and people who died.
A French prosecutor described how the coordinated attacks unfolded. They were carried out by 3 teams of extremists. The assaults began at 9:20 Friday night, when a suicide bomber at a sports stadium, whose vest was detected, blew himself up, killing a passerby. Minutes later, another team opened fire at a string of crowded cafes, killing dozens.
The gunman first attacked customers at this restaurant, firing about 100 bullets. Some of them went right through these front windows.
About 15 minutes later, another group opened fire and took hostages at the Bataclan concert hall, where the American band Eagles of Death Metal was playing. As many as 89 people were killed. One of the victims is an American, 23-year-old Cal State student Noemi Gonzalez. French authorities say they have identified the 7 attackers. All but one detonated identical explosive vests to kill themselves. Police killed the other. In Belgium, authorities conducted raids and arrested 3 people who may be linked to the terrorism. The Islamic State has claimed responsibility. French President François Hollande addressed the nation, calling the attacks an act of war. Outside the concert hall, a man played John Lennon's Imagine as a tribute to those killed. Kenneth Craig, CBS News, Paris.
A Syrian passport found near one of the terrorists shows its owner entered Europe through Greece in October on one of the islands where refugees arrived after fleeing Syria and elsewhere. But police say the passport is believed to be fake. Republican presidential candidates are speaking out against the Paris attacks. Florida is playing host to 14 Republican presidential candidates this weekend. All are taking part in the Sunshine Summit in Orlando. The event was set to give each candidate a chance to submit their plan for leading the nation, but that quickly changed after the deadly Paris attacks.
ISIS is a creation of a political decision by Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama to abandon Iraq against all of our general's recommendation, against all of the policy recommendations.
At an event in Texas today, presidential candidate Donald Trump held a moment of silence for the victims and said the attacks in Paris wouldn't have happened if France had less restrictive gun laws. After the attacks in Paris last night, a lot of people were left wondering how they could help. One woman in the River Valley says she started with a small plan that she hopes will have a big impact. 5 News reporter Chandler Rogers has the details.
But when they're going through the bridge, hopefully, that's what's in my mind, can see this light, can see this gathering of people together and hopefully catch their attention.
After Myra Esquivel heard about the tragedy in Paris, she immediately started thinking of ways she could help.
Oh my goodness, this is horrible. Like, how much more can this world take? You know, how much more? We all just need to stand up and just be together. If people would be in unity more often, perhaps things like this wouldn't happen so much.
That's when she decided she needed to get the community together.
Let's do a last-minute vigil. Why not? Some of these attacks happen last minute. You don't see them coming, some of them. So why not do this, where you just get people together and just pray for them?
The vigil will be held at the Riverfront Park in downtown Fort Smith, and Esquivel says they won't just be focusing on Paris.
We're going to be naming some of the other places that have gone under terrorist attacks in the past, maybe in this year, not just Paris, because it's happened all over the world.
She says tonight is all about showing support, even from far away.
Well, that's why we're doing this tonight, to be able to just let the world know that Fort Smith community, we care, and we're standing with them.
In Fort Smith, Chandler Rogers, 5 News.
Now that vigil happened at 7:30 tonight and candles were provided. We will have more on that on your 5 News at 10. Around the state, people are showing their support for the victims of the Paris attacks. In Little Rock, the Junction Bridge, which crosses over the Arkansas River, was lit up in red, white, and blue, the colors of the French flag, last night. The company Entergy was the one behind the lights. Now to a developing story we've been following since last night. Fort Smith police have arrested a man they say robbed a local bank. Police arrested Mark Martin around 8:30 this morning after he was located at the Walgreens on the corner of Rogers Avenue and Greenwood Road. They say Martin robbed the Arvest Bank on Rogers Avenue just before 6 yesterday evening. Martin is now being held at the Sebastian County Detention Center on an aggravated robbery charge. Happening today, the 4th Annual Veterans Parade and Fall Festival honored local veterans at Chaffee Crossing. The event honors military veterans from all branches, but this year the theme was honoring Vietnam veterans. After the parade, the Fall Festival kicked off near the museums of Chaffee with all kinds of food and fun activities. There was also a coat drive held for homeless veterans today. Organizers were asking for winter coats, hats, gloves, scarves, and new socks to help homeless veterans stay warm this winter. And some of the 5 News team was in attendance at today's parade. 5 News anchors Darren Bobb and Caitlin Zollner, as well as 5 News reporters Amy Slanchik, Laura Simon, and Meredith Marney all took part in today's festivities. In Fayetteville, a 5K race was held to benefit the Fayetteville National Cemetery. The 7th Annual Veterans Memorial 5K race was held to help raise funds for additional land so the cemetery can continue to bury veterans. Organizers say the event was a success with hundreds of runners in attendance and nearly $25,000 raised. The next event at the National Cemetery will be a wreath-laying ceremony in December.
We've had so much sunshine today, however, we're trading for cloudier skies going into tomorrow. We'll talk about rain chances coming up in FutureCast.
And still ahead, some local high school students got to experience campus life firsthand this morning at the University of Arkansas Fort Smith's Preview Day. Plus, we'll hear from the group that creates the nation's highest military honor. All that and more when we return.
You're watching 5 News on KXNW 34, the most watched local news at 9.
Modern gun season kicked off in most hunting zones this weekend across the state. The season started 30 minutes before sunrise this morning. The Arkansas Game and Fish Commission says hunters can shoot no more than 6 deer and no more than 2 legal bucks. We spoke with one hunter who told us how opening day is a tradition.
It's a tradition around here to get out in the woods opening morning, get a deer, you know, and more importantly to put meat on the table, you know. I think it's very important to teach kids how to hunt and get out there and teach them gun safety. That way, you know, everybody's safe and nobody gets hurt, but more importantly, it's a tradition thing for me.
For more information, you can check the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission's website. We have a link to that on our website, 5newsonline.com. And it was great weather to get outdoors this morning, and can we expect the same weather to greet hunters tomorrow morning? Here's Sean with a full look at our forecast.
Yeah, the cold temperature is definitely helping out some this morning. Even rock climbers like myself, we actually got out this morning and climbed some rocks over at Fern. Overall, though, we are starting to see those clouds work their way in, so tomorrow morning not going to be as chilly as a result of the cloudier skies moving in. Taking a live look in Bentonville, overall going to be a cloudy but dry night on the square tonight. So those clouds are going to continue to come as we go throughout the rest of tonight and in towards tomorrow too. As we go in towards tomorrow night, in towards Monday, that's when we're looking at the wetter weather to start to arrive, and lots of singing and lots of rain as we go in towards Monday night, especially into Tuesday morning. Overall, though, we should clear out by the end of the week. Taking a look at current temperatures, we're cooling down. Right now at 50 degrees in Springdale, and that's one of the warmest spots on the map right now because it's 11 degrees cooler currently in Fayetteville. Temperatures still closer to that 50-degree mark, though, in Fort Smith, also close to 50 in Sallisaw and Clarksville as well as Mena, mid-40s currently in Poteau. Taking you through tomorrow, though, clouds going to be mostly in control of our skies, maybe a few peaks of some sunshine in there, but otherwise just about a 20% chance of showers through the first half of the day. Not much improvement in the temperatures. Those clouds really keeping a lid on any temperature improvement. We'll be at right around 57 for an afternoon high temperature. Taking a look at the River Valley's forecast, temperatures will start off closer to 50 degrees in the morning, warming their way up only about close to 60 degrees by the afternoon. Again, a slight chance of a stray shower in the morning, but the real rain will start to arrive after 8 p.m. tomorrow. We'll also continue to warm up too as we go in towards Monday morning, where low temperatures may actually be our high temperatures for the day, or our coldest temperatures of the day will actually be happening in the afternoon on Monday. Taking a look at satellite and radar, continuing to see all that cloud cover continue to work its way into northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. The showers, well, the main bulk of them anyway, going to be staying down towards our south. These few stray showers may have enough energy just to work their way in to western Arkansas as we go in towards tomorrow morning. But overall, they're going to continue to remain mostly on the scattered side as we go in towards tomorrow morning, right around 6 to 8 a.m. Overall, as we go in towards the middle of the day into the afternoon, I still think cloud cover going to be keeping those temperatures a little bit cooler, especially compared to what Futurecast is projecting. I really think we're going to be more so in the upper 50s throughout tomorrow afternoon. As we go in towards later Sunday evening, especially after about 10 p.m., we'll start to see those rain showers arrive, and they'll continue to become more steady as we go in towards Monday morning. They'll be especially heavy, though, as we go Monday night in towards Tuesday. We could be seeing up to 2 to 4 inches of rain. That's both in northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. And again, the heaviest is going to be falling right between this time period of Monday night into Tuesday morning. After that, though, it's all sunshine and rainbows as we go Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Plenty of sunshine and temperatures still feeling very fall-like out there. Again, the River Valley going to be seeing the wettest days on Monday and Tuesday. By Tuesday afternoon, though, we should be really starting to see those clearing skies work their way in. So Tuesday's not a complete washout, just really the morning commute. It's going to be pretty wet.
Well, the thing, okay, morning or night, right now, I told you earlier, I am so mixed up with the time change.
Yeah.
I'm ready for bed at 6 o'clock.
I know, and you have no motivation to like go out and do anything. I used to go running at night. You can't do that after 6:30 in the morning.
I need like my 5 News mug right here with my coffee for the for the 9 o'clock show.
I need to start wearing glow in the dark.
All right, Sean, thanks. Yep. High school students from across the region met at the University of Arkansas Fort Smith to learn about campus life firsthand. Hundreds of teens and parents made their way out to Preview Day. Here they got to tour the campus, meet faculty members, discover degrees offered, and learn about scholarships and financial aid. Allie Van Houten is a senior at P. Ridge and plans to major in special education.
I really like the small atmosphere and I wanted to check it out. I know a lot of people that are already here and I wanted to get a feel for the campus.
We have great feedback from the campus community. Everyone really shows up for this event and realizes that this event is great for not only attracting students but getting them connected with the resources on campus.
This was the second and last preview day of the year, but there will be a Dia de la Familia on Monday geared towards accommodating Spanish-speaking families. This week, President Obama marked Veterans Day by giving the nation's highest military honor to an Army captain wounded in Afghanistan. Mark Albert went to see the team that makes the Medal of Honor and other top military awards before they're presented to America's heroes.
Chris McDaniels uses diamond-tipped precision to chisel names synonymous with honor, grit, and daring onto symbols of sacrifice.
Does it ever give you pause?
Sometimes, because I put myself in their position. Would I have been brave enough to do what they did?
8 civilians in the Veteran Medals Unit on a Navy base in Philadelphia engraved 21 medals for the Army and assembled 131 in all, along with the Medal of Honor for all branches, such as the one bestowed this week on Captain Florent Groberg for heroism in Afghanistan. The unit processed 23,000 medals last year. Those numbers are down sharply since the drawdown of U.S. forces from Iraq and Afghanistan. In addition, staffing shortages have increased a backlog, now more than 4 months per veteran. General Dennis Vai oversees the unit and Army logistics worldwide.
Is it a priority to reduce that backlog?
Absolutely. We want to ensure that we're doing everything we can to get it to them as quickly as we can.
On this day, McDaniels is etching names onto Purple Hearts, given to those wounded in battle. A line of purple, seemingly without end.
Would your father be proud of what you do today?
Definitely. Definitely.
He served in one way, you're serving in another.
Yes. Yes. I guess it's sort of a family thing.
Mark Albert, CBS News, Philadelphia.
Well, coming up in sports, a look at how teams all across the country paid tribute to those lost in yesterday's Paris attacks.
A moment of silence as well as the French national anthem was played before the Clippers game as well. And also at the Rangers game, teams from every sport showing their support for Paris last night and today, and I'm sure will continue throughout the weekend. And how about those Hogs, Ellen, on their way to bringing back the Golden Boot to Arkansas?
I can't believe it. I know I was talking to you earlier and I was like, you know what? A few weeks ago, I wouldn't have picked Arkansas for this game, but they're looking good.
I know with the Hogs, this team, anything can happen, really, I'm telling you.
I'm excited to see what's next. Heather, thanks.
Yeah.
And Sean is back with another look at the 7-day forecast after the break.
All right, breaking down rain chances into early next week. You may see a slight chance of a shower Sunday morning, but overall those rain chances increase into Monday, and especially on Monday night into Tuesday morning.
And we were talking a little bit. I'm so tired from this time change. So if you see our conveniently placed 5 News mugs. If you're like me and this time change is kind of throwing you off, grab a cup of coffee.
Or hot chocolate if you don't like coffee.
Or that. Starbucks, not to plug Starbucks here, but their hot chocolate is fantastic. Just letting y'all know. And with that, we're out of time. But the news is always on at 5newsonline.com. We'll see you in 30 minutes for your 5 News at 10 on Channel 5.